Today we are unpacking how to manifest anything you want in 3 days. And we are going to talk about what it really means, the steps you have to follow, exactly as it is in the book of Neville, Goddard, How to Think Fourth Dimensionally. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel and let's get into today's topic. The duration is 3 days for response in this world. If I would now assume I am what I want to be, and if I am faithful to it and walk as though I were, the very longest stretch given for its realization is 3 days. Maybe some of you are asking yourselves, can I really manifest what I want within 3 days? And if you take a look at all of the things that we manifest, sometimes it takes a minute, half a day, an hour, or a day for the manifestation to show up. When you think about someone and they text you, they call you, or you see them on the streets, for example, it's very simple. But we tend to attach the meaning, oh, it's because I don't care, it's because it's not the person that I really desire, and so on. All of these are excuses, because everything in the universe is the same. So when we talk about manifesting whatever you want in 3 days, there are different ways to look at it. It can mean literally, which can happen within 3 days, but there is another thing that we have to discuss, and it is, when does my manifestation start? Because the feeling that I have is that many people think that manifestation starts when they receive the manifestation, when the desire is a fact. So when USP shows up at your doorstep saying, I want you, I desire you, I am crazy about you, obsessed, I need to be with you for the rest of my life. Or for example, when you get the job, or when you have the money, when you are living the life of your dreams. And in my opinion, this can be a very dangerous way of looking at manifestation, because it's going to push you towards reacting and being in the state of thinking, I'm not getting what I want, okay? And in that state, what do you manifest? More reasons to see that you are not getting what you want. So basically you are delaying your manifestation, and in many cases you're not going to get that. You could be driven to look for signs, and then you are saying there is no movement there. You could be driven to react towards other patterns, other behaviors. In the case of a specific person, if they show up exactly the way that they used to be, and you start saying, I'm not getting what I want, there's something that is not working, why is this happening this way? And you get frustrated and you get emotionally involved with it, and you react because you are telling yourself all of these stories instead of focusing on your own inner change. If you are the person that you want to be, and you are not identified with the situation that you are dealing with, you are not going to react to that old pattern the same way. It's not going to happen. If you were a billionaire right now, and you walked into a luxurious boutique, and they treated you as if you had no money, you would not feel inferior. You would think that person just lost the business of their life. I could buy the entire store, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go somewhere else, and I'm going to make a good business with other people, and they just lost it. It has nothing to do with you. In the same way, you would not react to partial manifestations by thinking, oh, maybe it's not working, maybe it's not happening, maybe I did something wrong, because you are not in lack. All of these situations are just showing you are in lack, okay? That's why you are reacting. You are identifying yourself with a situation that shouldn't be yours anymore if you want to achieve your goal. When it comes to the time that you need to manifest something, that time is for you, it's not against you. This is something that you have to understand, because in most cases, the time that is necessary for you to achieve what you want just depends on how strongly you are holding on to the old stories, to the old assumptions about you and others. In a way, the journey is about you neutralizing those stories, or the effect of those stories and those assumptions in the definition of who you are. Do you know how often I hear, oh, I've changed, I've let go of the old story and the old assumptions and so on. But do you know how you can really know if this is the case? When you go through the same old experience and you feel that you are feeling, thinking, acting differently. And in many cases, people don't do it. They go back to where they were. The reason that this is happening is it's not that they are lying. They are lying to themselves. They are good at suppressing their emotions. They are good at suppressing the emotional effect of the stories and the assumptions. But you cannot suppress for a long time. At some point, it comes up. And their hopes is that they can suppress it so long as the manifestation shows up and they don't have to deal with the old feeling again. But manifestation is not about suppressing anything. It's about you gaining control over who you are, who you define yourself to be. And you don't have to be the person who always deals with cheating, third party, people lying, lack of abundance, struggling. You don't have to define yourself as being that person. And you don't have to react emotionally to that reality when that's not what you are. Neville got the idea of 3 days from the Bible. So he scoured the Bible looking for a time interval, and it was never longer than 3 days. Now, in my opinion, there are 2 ways to look at this. One is literal and one is not. We are going to talk about both. But the first way, the one that is not literal, in my opinion, are the 3 steps to manifest whatever you want successfully. The first step, which represents the first day, is deciding. That's the day of decision. A desire is there, it comes up, and you define it as clear and specific as it has to be. So at this time, you are not focusing on insecurities, on doubts, is it possible or not? You are being bold. This is what I want. This is what I'm getting. If you don't have that feeling yet, if you don't have that clarity, if you don't know what you want, there's no problem. Allow the desire to become stronger, and at some point you are going to know what it is. But the first step is deciding, being clear, choosing what it is that you want to experience. The second step is overcoming. You are overcoming your old stories, your old assumptions, your insecurities, your doubts. You are rising above and you are overcoming your old ways. You are going to think differently, to feel differently. You are losing that identification that you have right now with the old story. And the third step is the rest, is the Sabbath. You relax. And that relaxation allows you to transition from where you started to where you want to be. Your manifestation becomes a fact. And now to the literal part. And for that, I would like to mention John 2:19, when Jesus says, "Destroy this temple, and I will raise it again in 2 days." It is talking about the time that you need to change your ways. That's all the time that you need to change the way that you are thinking, the way that you're feeling, the things that you're assuming, the stories that you have within you. That's the time that you can start seeing things from the end. You can manifest whatever you want in 3 days. You have to destroy whatever is there that is stopping you from seeing, from believing, from thinking that whatever you want is possible. And you have to raise it again, okay? You have to become the version of you who is seeing life through that reality, through that possibility. You can do this. If you can see yourself and feel as the version of you who already has your desire, and that you can walk in the thought that it's done, you can achieve anything you want. Nobody can stop you. The only person who can stand in your own way is you. You and the old man, your old assumptions, your old beliefs. That's it. You got this, guys. I believe in you, okay? That's it from me. Thank you so much for being here, and we are going to talk soon. Bye-bye.